Now here in Northeast Kansas, it's always hard to see your favorite restaurant close, especially when it's locally owned. But what if the things they made are actually still around? That's the case for a popular Topeka family-owned restaurant. Bright and early in the morning.
How are you?
Fine.
Good.
The Herreras are in the kitchen cooking up a family recipe.
These sauces are 56 years old recipes.
Now, the inside of the kitchen might not look familiar. The outside, though, may ring some bells. La Siesta has been in Topeka's Oakland neighborhood for years. It's actually been a family-owned business for decades.
The restaurant started in the 1950s, 60s with my Aunt Lola, and then my mom bought the restaurant in 1977.
Tom has a lot of memories of this place, from when his mom and dad were in this same kitchen cooking for customers to having parties.
And this room's special. This room is really special to us. It really is.
Even some of the original equipment is still here decades later.
All the beans and everything was made through there.
But things don't last forever. La Siesta closed a couple of years ago and no longer is serving food. Many of you pointed out to us in 2020 how much you miss this place when we reported on this last year. I'll get to that part soon. On Facebook, many of you expressed how much you miss the food and sauce the family was making, something Tom and his mom took note of a couple years prior.
And we knew the restaurant was going to close. And, you know, my mom was selling it while the restaurant was open. So we thought we better get in the stores.
He's talking about this sauce, the chili con queso they cook up in the morning before jarring and labeling them to sell to local grocery stores.
That's what's the unique thing about this. We make everything by hand.
What's different now than when the sauce was being sold in the restaurant? The name. Tom says they couldn't keep the La Siesta name. Instead, they go by Casa del Sabor,
Which means House of Flavor.
Within 6 years, the brand has expanded, selling more than chili con queso. They've added salsa verde and taco sauce, still all family recipes, while also heading into stores like Apple Market and Hy-Vee, and on shelves from Topeka to Kansas City.
It's important to my dad. I was very important to my mom. The sauces were, she really loved it.
Speaking of Tom's dad, he's still pretty active when it comes to Casa del Sabor. To keep his mind and fingers busy, he's now turned to more of the manufacturing side of the business.
My dad's 89, and he puts the labels on now. He cleans the jars and puts the labels on. And if you see a label a little bit crooked, it's probably my dad. So I don't really care. He just likes to come out here and drink a pop.
Now, business is not new to this family. Remember when I mentioned another brand that started here? Well, Mama Lupe's tortillas came from this very same kitchen. I love that, just being able to drink a pop while on the job. Well, Tom's brother started Mama Lupe's before selling it. It's now a factory brand that goes by the Tortilla King name in Mound Ridge, Kansas.